Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between JohnnyCage and CoopeR. This game taking place here on Last Refuge. This is game 1 from a Dreamhack closed qualifier, and this I believe is a best of 3 series as we are already getting underway. We're looking at we're looking at JohnnyCage spawning as the purple human player over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom left, we are looking at CoopeR spawning as the pretty in pink orc. Orc versus human in a 1v1 matchup, and CoopeR already placing on an altar of storms, barracks, and burrow. It does not look like it will be a fast tech to tier 2. Meanwhile, on the opposite end, city-wise, SimCity, it is going to be the same thing: altar of kings, barracks, and a farm. And really interested to see what these players are bringing to the table in a best of 3 series. Best of 3 series always a lot of fun to watch, as you can see the players try to adapt to each other's strategies. And you get into a little bit of the psychological mindset of the players. Players say, okay, my opponent went Blade Master. Next time on this map, is he going to go for Farseer? Is he going to do any sort of trickery? Anything like that. We are looking over at JohnnyCage opening up here. Going to be getting up that second farm as well. Footmen are going to be trained. And this is just pretty much a standard play for now. Nothing too out of the ordinary, as we're looking at a Blade Master attempting to come out here in just a moment. CoopeR is sticking to one burrow before looking to expand, most likely, as he doesn't want to delay his tech on his lumber that much. I've got to say thank you to everyone who've subscribed to me either on YouTube or on Twitch. Following also helps me as well. I don't quite know how, but the YouTube algorithms out there, say such things. Anyways, what are we going to be doing in this matchup here? Blade Master already going after the Ogre Warrior down across here. Going to go ahead and take him out. Perhaps then head back home, sell that Scroll of Town Portal, use that healing salve, and then do a little bit of spying on what his opponent is doing. Gloves of Haste is the item. It's going to sell the Scroll of Town Portal, yes. Double healing salves and a Scroll of Speed. Healing salve himself, and then, is he going to walk his way over? Yes, he is, but going to win walk only when he needs to with that to get that Circlet of Nobility. All right, it feels like he's done this before, so to speak, as now JohnnyCage just running around, perhaps going to get some damage onto that grunt. Water Elemental is going to be joining in, but the Blade Master is going to be doing a bit of stealing. All right, damage onto the Archmage there. Damage now going onto the Footman. Interesting, as there is an ensnare going onto the grunt. I'm sure CoopeR would have liked to add in some damage onto that Footman there, as CoopeR just doing a great job putting pressure onto JohnnyCage's Footman. Another ensnare goes down as well, and the Murloc Huntsman really throwing things apart here, as JohnnyCage trying to keep his own units alive, trying to divide and conquer, but there's another Windwalk strike there. Blade Master looking for that Footman. Footman really well controlled by JohnnyCage, being able to retreat back home. Blade Master going to be absorbing some damage, but, a Blade Master with mana and healing salves is not easily killed. All right, who's going to get the final shot off right there? Blade Master does not get the final shot off, as the Blade Master now goes after the Archmage. Archmage down to 143 mana, does have a Circlet of Nobility, so has a little bit more hit points, a little bit more mana, but needs to stay away from that Blade Master, as that Blade Master still has a lot of damage to do. 1 shot, 2 shot right there, as the Archmage will be retreating back. Meanwhile, back at the bases, we are looking at a tech switch over to Riflemen. There is Footmen who are low on hit points. They may want to stay actually closer inside the base here, as the Archmage now trying to retreat back. What is this Water Elemental hoping to do? Perhaps trying to do creeping away from all of the action here. As you can see, there goes an ensnare onto that Water Elemental there. Damage adding back up, ensnared on that Water Elemental. Water Elemental actually taking damage from the creeps. Normally the ensnared unit is actually ignored, but it never looks like the Blade Master attacked the creeps, and in doing so, was able to just add up damage on that Water Elemental instead. really the action has been all at the Murlocs there, as another bit of damage, but Blade Master with a Windwalk being able to hide away again. All right, aggroing the creeps once more. Are we going to see a couple more ensnares? We are looking at Riflemen starting to join in on the battle, as the Archmage is actually reversing the script so far, and he is the one harassing that Blade Master, forcing that Blade Master to constantly chase after. A Grunt looks to try and get in front there. JohnnyCage trying to react, but it looks like CoopeR is going to just add up that damage a little bit more. And finally, Scroll of Speed use, as the Scroll of Town Portal now being used to head back home. Mountain King going to be joining in on that fight. Archmage picks up Scroll of Regeneration, no Clarity Potion, and now perhaps going to try and get an easy bit of experience somewhere, but is not going to really find it anywhere on the map. Archmage is up to 139. He walked all the way down south. Perhaps may need to get the Mountain King. More militia now being called over, and JohnnyCage is in a little bit of trouble. He's mentally trapped, as that Archmage is only sitting at level 1. A level 1 Archmage is just so fragile, and is so necessary to get to level 2. Blade Master is right there, and this is where CoopeR is really going to shine, as we see a quick Hex go down onto the Archmage. Archmage having a bad day indeed, gets taken out. Mountain King should be coming out onto the battlefield momentarily, but the entire army is just kind of frozen in place right now, as another as a Rifleman should end up getting taken out. There's a Stormbolt onto the Blade Master. Blade Master does have plenty of mana to get away, though, as the units are now going to try and retreat back. Mountain King's Stormbolt was still on cooldown, not allowing for a subsequent Stormbolt to finish it off. Archmage going to get resurrected very quickly, and CoopeR, however, is still a bit behind. Clarity Potions will be useful. Archmage wanting to get to level 2. Shadow Hunter, Blade Master is right there. Supply count is about the same, as CoopeR does have a slight advantage here. Mountain King, taking a little bit of damage across, going to perhaps try and take out some of these units. Blade Master, okay, who's going to go ahead and finish off this Ogre Magi? Ogre Magi Archmage shows up to the party. Stormbolt onto the Blade Master. Blade Master taking quite a bit of damage. Militia now making its way over, and that is going to quickly, be backed away. Blade Master does not want to get involved. Archmage picks up some Potion of Greater Mana, quickly gets to level 2. As normally the Blade Master or the Archmage can get to level 2 sometime around the 3-minute mark, losing quite a bit of mana. Tome of Knowledge being left behind here, as the Blade Master and Shadow Hunter try to clear out their own merchant shop. And now JohnnyCage once again flipping the script, saying, you know what, I too can cause problems. All right, Mountain King gonna go ahead and Stormbolt one Grunt. Low hit point Footman is gonna be able to back away in time. There goes an ensnare onto a Raider. Raider may end up getting taken down as well, as Sorceresses are now joining in onto the battle. All right, it looks like another low hit point Grunt gonna get finished off. Footman could get taken down there as well. There goes another, as both sides are just exchanging blows. Level 2 on the Shadow Hunter now trying to push back here. Stormbolt onto a Raider instead, as the Priest now trying to back away. And CoopeR all of a sudden feeling the sudden power spike of those Priest and Sorcerers joining in on that battlefield. Mountain King Stormbolt onto a Shadow Spirit Walker, and that was using a Potion of Greater Mana, as the units are now trying to retreat back again. All right, are we going to see another slow Priest or Rifleman not going to get healed up? Stormbolt, no, not going down onto the Blade Master, as the Blade Master trying to retreat back again. All right, we are seeing a lot of damage getting added up slowly but surely. Spirit Walkers are trying to mitigate some of that damage with that Spirit Link. However, that's not going to be enough, as the Mountain King gets to level 2. Yes, I charged your iPad. All right, back across here. Ogre Warrior now making its way down. Water Elemental being dropped here. Rifleman going to finish off the Ogre Warrior, as we could be looking at perhaps a tower attempt. No, it is a tower attempt, but with no lumber mill behind it. The militia are far from home, as we see a Tome of Intelligence +2 being left behind. I don't know what the reasoning is, but, CoopeR picking up that tome, getting extra mana, which, the Mountain King desperately wants. And good day, hello, thanks everyone for tuning in a little bit earlier today, as we're going to look at, a bit of a steal right there again. Blade Master picking up that Wand of Illusion, not knowing where that Blade Master actually is. Militia now being, retreated and called back home once more, as we're looking at the Blade Master perhaps looking to break Windwalk here, and then engage. All right, are we going to see a quick Hex? No, Archmage in trouble already. Stormbolt not going to be enough. Raider trying to break its way free, getting healed away as well as the Archmage. Well, all of a sudden gets to level 3 only to fall as the Mountain King, well, unable to protect that Archmage. Stormbolt going down onto another Raider, but but in this moment, JohnnyCage needs to retreat back. That was not a good spot for him to fight. And, well, both players are just pushing back and forth in this classic human versus orc matchup. Stormbolt going down. It looks as though a Spirit Walker could get taken out, down to 12 hit points. And, well, yes, the final attack from either a priest or a sorceress as it went into the, ethereal realm. Continuing this battle here, Militia now trying to be brought back over. Mountain King having, well, perhaps wishing it had a little bit more mana somehow, as CoopeR is, well, gaining more and more experience on that Archmage, or excuse me, on that Blademaster and Shadowhunter. Dual level 3 is going up against a single level 2 Mountain King right now, as the Raiders should be coming in from behind and making retreat nearly impossible. All right, Raiders down to 45 hit points, trying to back away. Is it going to finish it off? Yes, giving level 3 to the Mountain King, and that's going to be a power spike right there. Level 2 Stormbolt finishes off another Raider. 41 supply compared to 41. Rifleman getting hexed out. And, well, between the Blade Master's focused fire damage and the stun, the hex of that Shadow Hunter, and, well, Sorceress's slow, Mountain King's Stormbolt, and also the Raiders' ability to ensnare, the units have just been falling left and right. Archmage looking to join back in on the battlefield here, and, well, sometimes having this high ground creep camp close to home is just absolutely nice, being able to creep in the comfort near your base. While, and this is a fairly difficult orange creep camp, just so that you can try to get back in. Mountain King having more experience than that Archmage right now. No additional Scroll of Town Portal. Ogre Mauler going to get finished off here. There it goes. Well, finally gets taken down as that Forest Troll High Priest also shot down here. Now, it looks as though CoopeR is going to be the one to try and be a bit aggressive. Tome of Knowledge, yes, picked up by the Mountain King, has a little bit more mana once again. Also picking up some survivability items on that Mountain King. However, that's not the case for the Archmage, as CoopeR is going to clear up this Overlord and do it relatively fast. The ability to ensnare so powerful, as we see, what is that, War Song, Battle Drums. Always feels bad when you get an aura item, well, that you already currently have. All right, Stormbolt down here. Endurance aura for the Mountain King. Mountain King liking that quite a bit, as he's going to be attacking faster and moving faster across the map. That is one of humans' weaknesses. You think Orc is just a big and slow, but no, Orc is not big and slow. Orc actually has quite a bit movement speed bonuses. It's the human army that is, well, it's rather slow and doesn't have any sort of actual movement speed auras. Undead having Unholy Aura, Orc having Endurance Aura, Night Elves, well, just all naturally being extremely fast, and, and Night Elves all being naturally extremely fast. All right, Blade Master coming back across here, going to be able to finish off a couple more Militia. And, well, that Book of the Dead, really aptly named Book of Wind, able to cause a lot of problems inside here. Are we going to get a Dispel Magic? Where is the Priest? Priests don't have adept training, finally currently getting it, but so many Militia taken out here, and this is going to give CoopeR a very large lead to try and build off of it. What is it with players ignoring tomes? I don't know. There are so many things to keep track of. Little small books on the ground are very easy to ignore. All right, we do see a Book of the Dead being picked up by the Mountain King. Archmage wants to get to level 4. Yeah, Mountain King, if it had an additional 30 mana, would be a much more dangerous on the battlefield, especially as it went for double Stormbolt and Thunderclap. Endurance aura on a Mountain King. We don't see the we don't see a Tauren Chieftain, so we can't make that comparison. But level 3 Thunderclap has been known to really change games and redefine games here, and I think that's what JohnnyCage is going for. Maybe players know that Crota will be casting their game, so they don't do it. Just to annoy me. All right, yeah, maybe. All right, 6 peasants on the gold mine here compared to 5. Blade Master once again showing back up and gonna be causing a bit of problems. There's a 153 critical strike, clearing things up. Another militia gonna get taken out, and JohnnyCage only has 5 workers. What is going on here? As the militia are now, well, just trying to reposition again. Back across here, we're looking at clearing out the corners. Mountain King at 4.5. If it does get to level 5, though, with 345 mana, well, 370 would have been better, or 375 would be better. With 345 mana, that is going to be enough for 3 thunderclaps, maybe 4, if the because the brilliance aura should be able to top off the Mountain King during that cooldown situation. And 4 level 3 thunderclaps really decimates an entire orc army if the positioning is right. That is going to be the question indeed. True Shot Aura on the Shadow Hunter. Decent item for that Shadow Hunter. The Spirit Walkers and the Kodo Beast all doing a bit more damage. However, Orc players really, I'm sure, would have liked the Pipe instead. Brilliance Aura just so powerful as the Blade Master tries to wander on in and is unable to do so. All right. That's one way to make sure that you protect your base. You just say, you know what, I'm not going to allow you in anymore. Sorceress going to walk on out amongst a bunch of units. Is going to get ensnared. No, it's not, as we now finally see some slows getting cast down. All right, we're going to be going into an engagement. Mountain King is invisible and is level 5. Going to go ahead and throw down the clap, and there you are at 375 mana. All right, adding in all of that damage there. Spirit Walkers could get taken out, trying to go into the ethereal form. Where's that Thunderclap? Are we going to see it? Wait, how come it's not going? Oh, it said, yeah, Thunderclap finally goes down there, slowing things up a bit more. Kodo Beast don't have anything in its belly. 50 supply compared to 57. CoopeR is still currently winning, and this fight is still slowly but surely as the Rifleman able to finish off another unit there. 51 supply compared to 48. Mountain King just giving the slow clap across multiple units, mitigating so much damage while dealing damage and finally realizing, hey, I have the Book of the Dead for a little bit more damage too. That's quickly disenchanted as well as the Mountain King finally out of mana after 4 thunderclaps as mentioned. All right, Kodo Beast could end up getting taken down. Rifleman trying to finish off to get his friend and buddy out of that Kodo Beast and does get it back out as the units are going to try and engage. Archmage is going to be joining, scrolling the Pound Portal back in. 40 supply compared to 46. Archmage, however, not having the Arcane Vault, having no way to heal, no potion of healing, and removing that home field advantage early was absolutely important. All right, Mountain King currently ensnared. Could go for a Thunderclap. No, there's the Thunderclap trying to get back away, getting healed up a little bit more. Gonna try to finish off a Raider. There's another invisibility, and there's no Raiders. There's no Raiders to finish off that Mountain King. Mountain King is just standing right there, perhaps getting healed and just, well, he's laughing it up while the rest of the army is fighting back. Mountain King gonna go ahead. Nope. Not going to be able to finish off that unit there. Mountain King now going after the Grunt, not afraid of the remaining units as the Mountain... Well, come on, get that last shot off. Oh, that Rifleman. Poor. That Rifleman just seemed like an absolute, like, hey, you can leave. Yeah, keep walking. And the Grunt's like, really? Really? Ugh. All right. CoopeR and JohnnyCage right there. And an amazing battle going back and forth. And it was really the use of invisibility which gave the Mountain King a bit of extra, well, survivability. No Spirit Walkers to remove that invisibility saved Johnny. Yep, that is exactly what happened right there. Archmage getting resurrected as well. Once Brilliance Aura is back on this army, I believe CoopeR will be on the other end of a push to the other side here. We are looking at a little bit of gold still being mined here. Meanwhile, on the bottom left, there's only 2 minutes of mining. So 2 minutes of mining versus 4 minutes of mining because JohnnyCage's mining was interrupted so often and so much. Mountain King still low on mana here, really wants this Arcane Vault as we are looking at the Archmage. Will finally back out here and we're going to see that Brilliance Aura finally make a difference. All right. Archmage now has a potion of lesser invulnerability. Mountain King with 1100 hit points needs to get, well, drops a water elemental, an invisible water elemental clarity potion now on the Mountain King to be used. Archmage naturally regenerating a bit of mana as well, as the units are trying to scout out and figure out their positioning. Archmage, Rifleman, 1-0 upgrades, Casters, what is that, 5 Sorceresses, only 3 Priest here, and we are sitting at, well, we are sitting at max or low upkeep at 50 supplies. So, well, JohnnyCage doesn't want to try and change things up too much. There is a random grunt there. That's going to get taken out pretty easily as the Mountain King throws down the Stormbolt and gains a little bit more mana again. Clarity potion right there. Blade Master is invisible. Water Elemental is invisible as well. Both sides trying to, well, position themselves in just the right way. Sorceresses do have adept training, so additional more sorceresses, not only for slow but for invisibility, as we're looking at them going into the high ground here to make sure that there is no expansion. And so far CoopeR only has long distance mining, and it is not at Fortress, so does not have access to that tiny Great Hall. All right, Mountain King, where is it going? Is it going to try and buy a potion of lesser invulnerability as well? Yes, it's going shopping, spending that extra gold, as it doesn't want to build up its population. No scroll of healing, though, surprisingly, as a way to try and, well, I guess with no real way to do AoE damage. There's no way to spread out that damage. Scroll of healing, not nearly as useful. Invisibility, well, still on that Mountain King right now. Shadow Hunter pretty much guarding here, and it is 2 level 5 heroes going up against a level 4, and oh, there goes an ensnare on a water elemental. Here, I gift wrap some experience for you, CoopeR. Please go ahead and take it, as the army now makes its way back over. CoopeR out of gold here, just constantly monitoring this position. No arcane sentry and no even arcane towers inside the base of JohnnyCage. So no way to reveal this Blade Master at all. No, well, nope, a little bit of gold here, 47 seconds left of mining, and then what you see is what you get, as CoopeR finally, or excuse me, JohnnyCage finally breaks low upkeep, training up some, well, additional riflemen and spellbreakers, going into 62 supply. All right. With additional riflemen here. All right, Archmage is invisible as well. And this final battle is going to be epic. Unless both players just get down to like an army where the other player can't destroy each other. That would be, well, that would turn into a long, drawn-out game, as then both players will just be, well, marching alongside their own workers as they try to do long-distance mining. O2 upgrades across the armor of all the orc units. Meanwhile, 1-0 upgrades on the riflemen, and that is it. The priests, the casters, now making their way over as well. Archmage, well, dropping another water elemental here. Is going to try and hire up anything new. Nope, just going to use invisibility instead on that water elemental. Water elemental going to scout out here. Mountain King going to try and retreat back. Both sides having, well, quite a bit to do here. Mountain King is in position. Raiders, and there is that Thunderclap slow, and, well, all of the Spirit Walkers are actually a little bit too far behind. The front units are really engaged pretty far over, as the Mountain King is going to be going in for massive Thunderclaps. Healing Wave, trying to reduce the damage from that there Rifleman. First unit to fall in this final battle, as we are still going into a battle here. There's goes another Thunderclap. You can see how far the far-reaching effects are, as the units are just trying to attack here. Spellbreakers stealing Spirit Link, making it difficult, as another Thunderclap goes down. Mountain King still has double potions of mana. All right, that was another late game purchase. Are we going to see Spirit Walkers continuing the fight there? Level 6 on the Shadow Hunter. There's another Thunderclap again. Mountain King still has plenty of mana to go, as we're looking at the Spirit Walkers in the ethereal form, taking all of the heals and a bunch of claps again. 50 supply compared to 46, as a bunch of raiders are now trying to retreat. Shadow Hunter could end up getting taken down. Mountain King has plenty of mana. Are we going to see a last bit of damage? Spirit Walker down to 5 hit points, and that last Spirit Link was enough. Invisibility onto a Rifleman here. Peasants getting in front, trying to slow things down. CoopeR losing a lot more units as well, as last-minute invisibility constantly saving units, and that is the game. JohnnyCage coming out of that battle. I gotta believe JohnnyCage. I don't see the actual winner here, but I'm pretty sure JohnnyCage won that fight right there. Shadowhunter was in the far back, completely ran out of mana, lost a couple of raiders. JohnnyCage beating out CoopeR here in game number 1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for game 2.